Peter Faulding he runs a company called Specialist Group International. They perform searches up and down the country for UK police forces, predominantly in the south of England, which is where they're based, in Dorking in Surrey. Peter himself, a former Royal Marine, is a confined spaces expert, but for years now he has pulled together predominantly former special forces as well as Marines and Army personnel, and he uses those military experience to go and do searches in water using divers, but as well as on land looking for bodies. Peter, when I spoke to him this morning, he's got an incredibly busy time. His team are up there. Peter gave me a few minutes whilst he was in his helicopter flying up there. This is what he said to me about the search that's going on. Hi, Peter. Peter.
Oh, good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Peter. Peter, you're flying on your way up now to Lancashire to offer your help in relation to the disappearance of Nicola Bulley. What's the plan?
Right, the plan, we've had a briefing from Lancashire Police, a thorough briefing this morning, and we're there to assist their teams working closely together. We've been tasked with a lower area of the river down from the Wyre to search using our side scan sonar. We have our divers with us as well, while the police continue their searches further upriver. This gives us a much better chance to get in the river clear a lot quicker, really. With that, we bring the expertise with our high frequency side scan sonar.
Pete, we've worked together on a lot of cases. Just for our listeners, just give them an insight in terms of how that sonar works.
So what it does, Mark, we type thing behind the phone, what they call a toner fish on a short cable, and it will send down waves across the seabed or riverbed, and we can scan up to sort of 30 metres wide, or 60 metres wide, what they call a meter sweep in one go. On this one, we'll be using metres either side because it's quite a narrow river. And then it sends a sound wave, it hits a target, and it comes back into a computer, returns the signal, which then I interpret that signal, and I get a crystal clear image of the bottom. It's not a photograph, but it's a very clear image. Every rock, every stick laying on the bottom, it's very, very clear. Because it's such high frequency, 1800 kilohertz, the higher the frequency, the better the definition. And it's not £55,000 cost, but it's the best hit in the world for this type of work. Where divers can search a small area, this can scan a very large area, and once we get a target, and then from there we can basically put a diver in to confirm what that anomaly is. Generally, a body will show up as a body. I can see it very clearly because we deal with a lot of drownings there, unfortunately, every summer, and we find them very quickly using the sonar.
Pete, what do you know about the river, the depth, the pace of it?
It looks from all the reports I've had, it's quite slow moving. The river is not in flood. If we had lots of rain a week before, then the river could rise and it will flow very quick. But it's moving very slowly, but it's shallow in places, it's deep in places. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge with the sonar in parts of it, and then getting out the boat, moving the boat around. But the good thing is patches of it are shallow, which can be clearly searched by water teams wading. But we'll be concentrating on the deeper water.
Right, there's quite a lot of movement around the riverbanks as well, isn't it? It moves to an angle, so there's a possibility that if she has gone in the water, she could have been caught.
Yes, that's correct, Mark. I mean, bodies. What we generally find in normal benign water, non-tidal fast water, then when people go down, they're generally not far from where they actually went down. Nicola, there's hope she's not in there and she's alive somewhere, but if she is in there, then I'm totally confident that we'll find her.
Brilliant, Peter. And just the final word, you've obviously been in contact with the family. They have very much asked you to come up, and Lancashire Police have agreed. A very difficult time for them.
It's a very difficult time, Mark, and my thoughts go out to the family and all the friends. I deal with so many grieving families every year. It's not nice to see for anybody, and I just hope that we can bring some form of closure, along with the police team who are working extremely hard on this. and we make a great team working together to bring closure.
Brilliant. Well, up and down the country, you work with police forces. I have the utmost respect. You're a great friend, but also you're brilliant, you and your team at what you do. So we're all behind you. Keep us updated, Peter, and look after yourself and safe rest of flight.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
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 So that was Peter very shortly or a short time ago on his flight up to Lancashire. He'll be there now. He's certainly landed and he's making his way across to meet the rest of the team. And this afternoon they will start their search. They're aided slightly by the length of days now. So obviously there is more daylight, so they'll be able to work as late as possible. They do have lights as well, so they may well work very late into the night, I would expect. I'll try and catch up with Peter later and give you updates on either or on the many social media platforms I have. So let's look at that, in particular what Peter was saying. So one of the things that strikes me is the flow of the water. So we can see that flow of the water, and I know because I've been on many searches with Peter, and in fact he has done all the recent searches for me looking for recovery of bodies, and I've been out with him when he has recovered bodies. And what is very true is that it tends to be where the person goes in, they are not far away from there. Unless, of course, there is a flow. Now, we can see from that river, there is very little flow. And in fact, at this period of time, it is quite shallow as well. So I would be expecting to find Nicola in a very short distance away from where she fell in, which is around that area that we believe. Of course, that's where the mobile phone was left on the park bench. They're going to be searching that area, but they'll also be searching much further down in some of the deeper water. So did Nicola fall in? Well, we don't know. It is the working hypothesis of the police. It is a position that they have adopted very clearly.